For me, as a songwriter, there's two sides of me. There's a side of me that has an ideal world that I like, that I wish I grew up with, or I wish that I had at the moment. And then there's this world that I'm in where I try to write from, you know. So I try to bring those two together to make art. And so to me, it's like it was something like I had to do. I just had to. I had to write songs, you know what I mean? It's like, and I've always written songs since I was a little kid. Like I've always would go to the store. When my mom would send me to the store, I would think of a song on the way to the store and come back, and I would never forget them. So for me, it was like, again, moving to Nashville ultimately was like, I didn't think I was gonna be get like a big publishing deal or anything like that. The main reason why I went to Nashville was because, again, it's about caring about people. I had a friend there who was going through some stuff, and I didn't understand why people weren't stepping in and helping with what was going on. So I was like, I'm just gonna go down there and be a bro. I mean, I honestly got really put it on my heart. And so I asked Janice, I think we should move to Nashville. And so we moved down to Nashville, and Michael, another friend of mine named Michael Tate had some melodies, and he would just hum melodies into this little recorder. And I would take them, and he'd go, hey, will you write some lyrics to this? So I was like, yes, I will. So I didn't just write lyrics, I really pimped the whole song out, if I can say. I just I did this huge production on it, and I hired people and put my guitar in the pawn shop. I sent him back the thing. He thought I was just gonna put some lyrics on a piece of paper, and I had this blown out demo that just sounded amazing. So then I think I caught it. He was kind of blown away by that. And then he ended up becoming part of the Newsboys, and I had these songs, and so they heard one song and another song, and so they asked me, they just said, hey, they wanted these songs, like Born Again and whatnot, so they offered me a publishing deal for this little bit of money, and which was enough to get everything out of the pawn shop. So me and my wife are crying and like, oh wow, we've never had this much money in the bank, which wasn't really that much money. I won't tell you how much it was, but it was more than I've ever had. And so I went for a run, got on the phone, I think it was 1:30 in the morning. Again, this comes back to community. I had a friend named Jason Halbert, who's Kelly Clarkson's music director. He goes, don't take that money, I'll give you that money. Tell him you want this much. And so I was like, oh crap. So it's like, so I call him up, and I said, I can't do it for this much, but I'll do it for this much, which was 10 times more. He says, come down to the office, you know, tomorrow, and I'll give it to you. I'm like, wow. So I went in there, and then I played them a bunch of these other songs, and they go, actually, we want you to produce the record too. So they gave me another half of that amount. So I walked out with this thing, which I was just blown away, you know.